This is the brand new LG Versa. Versa, short for versatility, is supposed to be able to do lots of different things. At first glance, it might look like an LG Dare, which we saw released on the Verizon network earlier this year. Has a resistive touchscreen, which you can see you can use to interact with the phone's various different systems. We do have 3 hardware buttons here on the front, a send and end key as well as a voice command key and microphone key. On the left side we have a 2.5mm headset jack, dedicated camera button, volume toggle, and micro USB port. Nothing along the bottom. And on the right is a hatch for the micro SD card. On the top we have a locking key here. And on the back you'll see the 2-megapixel camera with flash and a little grill for the speakerphone. Now, of course, that's not very interesting. It doesn't really set it apart from the growing crop of touchscreen phones. What's unique about the Versa is its ability to attach a full QWERTY keyboard. So you'll see that this is quite a big piece of plastic, and it'll take what is otherwise a nice and thin phone and bulk it up quite a bit. So in order to do that, we'll do this on screen so you can see how it works. You have to remove the back hatch, take the new keyboard back hatch, and attach it like that. So once you've done that, you have a QWERTY enabled phone for messaging. And you'll notice that when we turn it on its side, the accelerometer will help rotate the screen, and there you go. You have a messaging phone. Now you can see it's a little bit beefier, it's a little bit thicker, it's got a much larger footprint when it has the QWERTY keyboard on it. You've got an extra display here to view your status indicators, and you've got send and end keys here to answer and close calls. And you've got this faux leather surfacing here on the front and back. Opening it up, unfortunately, as you can imagine, with such a thin profile here and a larger profile here, it's very unbalanced when you hold it in your hands for typing. It's very top heavy, so you got to grip the keyboard firmly. The keyboard does feel pretty good. Most keys have good travel and feedback, except for the space key. My space key on this phone is just, there's not enough feedback for me. It's very, very sticky. But otherwise, you can do a few different things directly from the keyboard, like turn the speakerphone on and off, as well as jump to some different screens. Now you'll notice there's a green dot followed by a few other dots, and that means it's because of the new LG user interface. You've got these 4 different user configurable blocks here that you can customize and add your own shortcuts and widgets to, and you can see on this screen they've already added some. And of course you can go to the main menu and access the phone systems. What's really weird about having the keyboard attached to the phone, though, is that you're kind of stuck with the keyboard open if you want to interact with the phone, and it gives it a pretty large footprint. You've got quite a big wide device here when the keyboard is attached. So you're probably going to hold it like this more often than not to interact with it once you have the keyboard attached. So that's just a little something a little odd, I found. But it has a full feature list. You've got music here, access to Verizon's music services. You've got your messaging services here. And one thing that's nice is they've broken it up, so when you have you're viewing things in the landscape mode, the menus have been split in half so that you have everything on one screen. You don't have to scroll all over the place to reach all the different menu items. It's also got plenty of settings and other tools. You've got a standard set of little helper applications, and can adjust all the settings here. And as with the Dare, you've got this back key, so you can always jump back to the previous menu to see what's going on. Of course, you've got a browser, and we'll launch that now so you can just take a quick look at it. And it will load the current WAP homepage, Verizon's home portal that you've got here, and you can turn on and off this little control bar and browse to your heart's content. So that's a very quick look at the new LG Versa for Verizon Wireless, stay tuned for a more in-depth full report from Phone Scoop in the coming week.